Happy birthday, Thursday!
Birthday Thursday!
Ron Schwartz, April 1st.
Schwartz be with you.
That's not really his birthdays. April Fools.
But will the Schwartz be with you?
Oh, the Schwartz will be with you always.
Carlo Garduno.
Yeah.
March 22nd.
And Trinity Marie Zubek, March
Trinity,
29th.
we
Happy
love
birthday.
Trinity. She has been, I remember her whole life.
Yeah.
That's so happy birthday, Trinity.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Good morning, welcome to Wake Up, where we wake up. I'm Pastor Jason.
Scott.
It's good to have you with us today. If you're a new subscriber, type in where you're from. We like to read that on Wednesdays. We haven't been saying that this week.
No. And what's the price of admission today?
We'll click the like button, but we did this last Tuesday, and it didn't get more likes than normal.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
not working.
We always settle at about a tenth.
Like, I watched it early in the morning, and there was already 100 views, and there was 40 likes, and I was like, how are we already have this huge discrepancy between views and likes? We literally said, if you're watching this, click like.
You know what's funny is because likes mean so much to me. So now if I watch any video on YouTube, I always hit like.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What if it's a bad video? Like, you don't like it? Like, what if you hated it?
No.
Oh, you hit like anyways.
Yeah, if it's a pickleball video. Like, I've
Even
watched
if you hate this,
I've
hit
watched
like.
some bad pickleball videos, but I'm like, they're trying.
At least they made a video.
In all things, be encouraging.
Oh, I like that.
So I hit a little like button.
Well, it's Survey Thursday, too. So we did a survey last week on what your favorite Batman was. And it was a lot of different Batmans over the years.
Oh, my gosh.
There's the new Batman movie, which is creating a lot of controversy. Who likes the best, which way. So we asked you guys to vote, and you guys came through. So here's the results of
and we agree.
The survey.
So the number one Batman, I agree with Christian Bale, The Dark Knight.
Christian Bale, 43%. Lego Batman.
And I forgot about this one. He is strong. No. They're strong.
The fact that you guys gave 19% to Lego Batman, I even forgot him.
No, he was. If
Well
it wasn't for this one, you're right. He's number two.
First try.
The fact that Michael Keaton, that was really neat. He doesn't look like. If
I like
anyone
Michael
doesn't look
Keaton.
like Batman,
No, but he's such a great actor. Like, he
He's-
pulled it off.
He's in this show we're watching called Dope Sick. And I told Holly last night we were watching it. I go, he is beyond like normal acting. He's at next level.
Wow.
Actor.
Robert Pattinson he lost. The new Batman lost.
Don't like that. 3% of you. I don't know what to do with you. We're gonna come to your house and we're gonna have to remove YouTube from.
Let's go to the bonus question, though.
Wait. I was talking about Adam West.
That's the TV show
That's
one.
better than Robert Pattinson. And Ben Affleck was, in my mind, one of the worst Batmans. Because he was a chubby Batman.
Well, let's see what everyone thought about the worst
right.
Batman. Here we go. Worst Batman, Val Kilmer, number 3.
I don't agree. I don't
Number
think he
2
bad.
was Ben Affleck.
He was the worst.
No, they gave him number 2.
But George Clooney, you're right. George Clooney would be the worst. And then Ben Affleck would be number
But we
3.
really can't talk about this anymore because we did a big message 2 days ago or 3 days ago on not being a critic, not being critical. So we can't actually.
I think you can be critical about movies.
Look how
and
easy we all fell into it.
It's easy. No. You watch. So Ben Affleck, he goes to get out of a helicopter, and he goes, and I was like, I hope he didn't pull a muscle because he was like a chubby Batman. He was like Batman.
I think he gained a lot of weight.
A lot of gluten. He's glutened all the time.
He gained a lot of muscle.
The same thing as my favorite is chubby Thor. My all-time favorite.
Oh, that was funny.
Because it made me go, hey, see, honey? Yeah, I don't look that bad. No, I loved him.
Because he's like every man's nightmare.
Of course he is.
That man is a perfect, like he's just...
Everything. He's got the voice. And then he comes out with funny movies.
He's a perfect specimen of man.
When
he's
he's
like
funny
Adam.
in a movie, I get so angry. I'm like, really?
And you're funny?
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah. The best villain here was Joker, which would be obvious.
Right.
Yeah, he would be the best. So.
Two-Face.
What's this week's survey?
This week's survey was breakfast. Now, I'm going to share our early. I can't, like my family's like, hey, let's have breakfast for dinner. And I'm like, no. Breakfast is for breakfast. Why? I can't have, like, it's like having a hamburger for breakfast. I can't do that. I have to have order.
How many of you believe you can have breakfast for
You enjoy it.
after 11 o'clock?
You like it.
Is there a time?
Yeah, I won't eat after 11.
Okay, breakfast after 11 a.m. Are you willing to do it or not? Yes or no? And then I want to ask this one specific question. What if it's a Sunday? Does that make it okay? Because for me, on Sunday, breakfast all day. For some reason, 3 in the afternoon, we go to a restaurant. It was so funny. My whole family would go to a restaurant on Sundays after church, which for us means 1.
Yeah.
Because, we're there all day.
Yeah.
So at 1 o'clock, we go to a restaurant, and my son-in-law came along because, of course, he's married to my daughter, and so there we are as a family, kind of, But he had never experienced breakfast with us before on a Sunday.
Well done, Betsy. You raised him right.
And he ordered a burger.
Yes.
And we all went.
I love
like
Christian.
everyone. I had a waffle. There was eggs. There was omelets. There's bacon. There's sausage. A burger. And he goes like this. He goes, guys, it's 1 o'clock.
I love Christian. I do, Christian Pruitt.
And it like dawned on me in that moment that we're the weird ones. Because up till that moment, I was like, why are you so weird that you're ordering a hamburger? But then when he said it, I went, wait a second. We're the weird ones.
Yeah, it's not breakfast.
Because on Sunday, breakfast all day.
But you can't do it like on a Tuesday.
No. Tuesday,
really.
that'd be weird. So on Sunday, it's like a free day for breakfast. And I want breakfast. No, I want breakfast in the afternoon.
Never.
I have to have
I
breakfast
can't do
in the
it.
afternoon.
Like we'll go to IHOP like at night, and I'm the one that has to try and figure out what in the world IHOP, because they're
it's the International House of Pancakes.
I like a fresh catch. I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
No, I feel like IHOP does not have a fresh catch.
No, I'm like, oh, is it the tilapia?
No,
because I'm pretty excited about the fish. Can I see your lobsters? Are they up in the front?
Oh my gosh. Okay,
right.
so where are we at today? Today we're going to be talking about your message, and so let's go to the clip right now. And we'll be in Luke chapter 10 and verse 1 through 3.
And we find that the devil puts up a big stop sign or a stoplight, right? They got to the Red Sea, yet God said, go green. It's time to go. Now is the time. How many people know that God will turn the red lights into green lights? Come on. He'll take the impossibilities that the devil thought were going to keep you and trap you and hold you back. But God will use those if we do it right. He'll use those red lights to turn green and also get glory for him around the world as they see you and I doing things that are impossible.
Wow. And that's really the whole message, like in a nutshell, is like when the light turns green, go. Like you said, go green.
Go.
How many of us, like in the stoplights of life, right? The light is red, and then it turns green, and we don't go.
Yeah, and God's like up in heaven going, a little courtesy honk. Hey, get going. Right, go back to school. Like I put that, write that book. Like there's, you talk to people, and I'll do like these. Oh, I like that red light, green light. Thank you, Betsy.
Green light, red light.
Well, this is what happens. Like a problem comes, like the Red Sea came for the Israelites, and God goes, "Hey, go. It's green."
I talked to this college age kid. He's like young 20s, and he was just telling me how he's crushing on this girl in our church. You know, he thinks she's super cute, but she doesn't even know he exists.
Right.
And so I just go ask her out or go talk to her. Like, go. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And I was like, but you realize that you'll never know.
Right.
If you don't go talk to her, you'll never know.
You always wonder.
And I was like, green lighting that dude. I was like, go. And I wonder how many of us are hesitating at things because we're afraid of rejection, we're afraid to fail, we're afraid of defeat. And so then we position ourselves in a place where we just never know. You never stepped out to chase that dream.
They don't have it.
You never started. The lights turn green, but you don't even go.
I was crushing on a girl at the church, and a lot of guys don't have a Kelli in their lives.
Because this is a great story.
Yeah, because I was so I knew
So Kelly's my wife.
Yeah. So here's the thing you have to know about me. I was doing, and today's generation is different than my generation. Today's generation would call it stalking.
But you were watching this girl in our church.
I watched her like a hawk.
You'd position yourself close to her.
Yeah, I would try. I'd sit where they were going to sit. Everything. And this is for months, right? And so I finally decided.
It's like nowadays, I think kids can do that just by going to people's social media pages and like they're snooping around their pictures.
Yeah, and it's different. I have to be in her bushes outside her house. It's way different.
No, that is creepy. Now you crossed the line.
I'm teasing. So,
anyways, I was dating Kelly at the time, and I noticed that you had this crush on. We had talked about it.
Of course, I told her.
So I told my girlfriend about it.
And so Kelly's like, Kelly's on me like for weeks. She's like, ask her out. Ask her out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to. Just stop it. Just get off me for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So then I told everyone, I said, Easter Sunday, I'm asking her out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out. I'm waiting. So we're all waiting outside. I've been fired up, all ready for it. And all of a sudden, we see her car. And I'm like, how did she get by us?
She snuck out a different door or something and got in the car and was leaving.
So in my mind, I you know how you do that? You're like, you know what?
I missed it.
Maybe it's God.
Missed my chance. She's driving
next
away.
week.
Yeah.
Kelly takes her high heels off and runs across the parking lot.
No, she ran. I was like, where's my
She
girlfriend
goes in
going?
the middle of the street and stops the car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop it now. This is so embarrassing.
My brother turned a shade of red
Do I
I've
ever
never
get
seen
embarrassed?
before. Like,
Ever.
All of the blood is in an entire body rushed to his cheeks. He was just like, what is happening right now? And I'm like, I can't control her.
She's
just so you know, 28 years later, I still can't control her. My wife's crazy.
She's a goer.
No,
She's a go.
You know, my wife is a go person.
She's go.
Anytime I talk about anything, she just do it. Like, why are you talking about it? Just go.
Because she's a lot like me.
Go, 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 go.
Like, we have an idea for the church. I'm like, let's do it Sunday.
So true. So anyways, she gets Holly to park the car, come out
Her
of
mom
the car,
parked the car and get
walks
out.
all the way back to Scot.
Oh my God.
And it's like, and then she's like, Scott, this is Holly, Holly, this is Scott. And then we all
No,
ran. Like,
everyone in the parking lot
it
left.
was like rats when the light came on. We just,
It was just alone. I'm like, hey.
I'll see you guys later.
I had no choice but to ask her out.
didn't.
There was no choice, and the rest was history. And so God gives us opportunities.
But what if you hadn't hit that green light? What if you hadn't gone? You see what I'm saying?
I'd be your creepy. I'd be living in your basement.
Like how many times do we look back in our lives and wonder, man, I wish I had taken the risk. And so then now you're in today. Don't have any more days like that.
Right.
God's saying, Satan's saying stop, but God's saying go.
So many people spend their life going, I wish I would. And what I want to change it is live a life where you say, I'm glad I did. Right? I wish I would have. I wish I would have kept going. I wish I wouldn't have given up on that. I wish I wouldn't have stopped. I wish I would have. See, we have all these I wish I would have. But guess what? Starting today, you can be somebody who goes, for the rest of my life, I'll always be able to say, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Because even when I stepped out and failed, I'm always still glad I tried. At least I know I tried.
And so I'm actually going to switch over here to Exodus chapter 3 and verse 10, and we can hit this other part on Monday. But I want to say this, that Moses is there talking to the Lord at the burning bush, and God's talking to him just for a few verses. He gets to verse 10. It's not a lot of big conversations gone by so far, and God just goes like this, so now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people Israelites out of Egypt. And so, like, get the idea that God's sending you, and the idea is what I want to share with you is that not only did he send Moses, but he went with him.
Right.
Right? So the idea is you're not out there on your own when you go. God is with you. And so I was at this skiing with my son Logan, and he's a new skier, and of course I've skied my whole life. I'm actually, one of the things I'm good at in life, maybe of 5 things that I'm good at, one of them is I can ski.
One of those 5 you think you're good at, but you're not.
No, yeah. I can ski.
You're a great skier.
I can ski
You're
down.
phenomenal
I've
skier.
never met a slope I couldn't go down.
You're not a good snowboarder.
I'm an awful snowboarder. But nobody ever like, oh, that's a double black, and I go, oh, I'm not going to go down there. I can go down anything.
Yeah, I know you can. I've watched it. He's incredible.
I'm not the most beautiful skier. I can't like do jumps and flips, but I can. So we get to this
and
spot.
You can haul.
We're going down slopes. Yeah, I just go. We're just going down these slopes, me and my son Logan, and he's younger. He's 14, but I think at the time he was 12 maybe. And there's these turnoffs where you could stay on this more easy slope, or you could turn off and go down one of these steeper banks. And he just goes, "What do you think about that one, Dad?" And I go, "Let's do it." Go. Now, it's pretty steep for him, but what do? I just go down a little bit ahead of him and stop, and I let him come down a little bit. What made it easy for him to go was that he had a voice that said, go.
Right.
And then he had me with him.
Right.
And I think the same thing is true. Sometimes I think that we think God's sending us somewhere, but that he's not going with us.
Wow.
He's with you.
Of course. I'll never leave you.
Jesus was with Peter walking on water, so that when Peter fell in, which sometimes we fall in, he just goes, Lord, save me, and Jesus grabs him by the hand.
Right? And God says, hey, I'm with you in the Red Sea. He parts the Red Sea, away they go.
Yeah.
But he did tell even the Israel, he's like, go. Moses goes, wait. It's so funny. I think I might bear it out this Sunday a little bit. Where Moses goes, all right, people, we need to wait. And literally the next verse, God goes, what are you doing? Go. Why are you waiting?
Because he said this. He goes, why are you waiting for me? That's what God goes, he goes, why are you waiting for me? Stretch out your hand and part the sea.
Right. And this is what you'll have, is you'll always have people around you say, wait.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if you should do that now. Because oftentimes we go to people for advice. We have a green light. We're like, should I go?
Yeah.
Should I go? Right? And not everybody's surrounded with a Kelli or Holly. Because they're both, even in, have you ever done that? Like and she goes, it's green. And I'm like, it turned green a millisecond ago.
No.
Like it was.
I hope my wife's watching this episode.
My wife's the same way.
Because I sometimes, I don't know if you do this, because my wife does that. It literally turned green a millisecond ago, and she's like, it's green.
I go.
Because my wife is a goer.
You go.
And so I'll even time it now where I'm watching.
I'm on it. Right. You want to be.
I'm going to hit
you
that
get ready
gas
to go.
before she says it's green, go.
You're going to get the go.
I'm trying so hard to have that
But
happen.
that's a good life. If you hit the gas, right, and you just live a life when the door of opportunity, and people do this, they're like, well, God, where's my opportunity? God's like, you know how many opportunities I've given you this year already?
Yeah.
You just won't go through the doors that I provide for you.
Yeah.
You won't go,
Yeah.
right? And the secret to a great life isn't waiting for the door. It is going through every door of opportunity that you have.
And you know, there are times of waiting. And so I want to bring this kind of bit of wisdom to this moment. There are times of waiting, but I want you to know that you can go while you're waiting.
Come on.
So David had a season of waiting. Joseph had a season of waiting, but they didn't do lazy while they were waiting.
They were going.
No, Joseph did everything to become the top prisoner there was. David did everything he could to gather an army unto himself as he's running from Saul. Yes, he was in a position of waiting, but even in the waiting, he went. So that in the waiting, when you're waiting on God to do something, to advance you to the next level, to pull to break the wall, if you will, you're going in the waiting because you're preparing for when the wall comes down. Because a lot of times, God's waiting on you to finally grow up and be mature enough to advance to the next level so that you don't wreck yourself.
Well,
so you're going in there's tons of scriptures that wait upon the Lord, but you're going while you're waiting. That's what my wife has really taught me in my life, is that even when we're in seasons of waiting, we're pushing, man. We're working, we're developing, we're growing, we're reading, we're learning.
right? And it's what Christians do is they shut their car off, get out, and go across the street and wait for the green light. It's really true.
It's green, get in, go, 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 go. And then they get to it and it's red again. Dang it.
Oh my gosh, right? Because it's when you say wait, like I have the car ready. We're waiting. We're doing everything we can to prepare that when it goes green that we can
That's
can
exactly,
go. And Joseph,
exactly the point.
when they came to him, if Joseph wasn't running the prison, no one would have came to him with a dream.
It's so true.
He would have still been a prisoner, just sitting in the prison, nobody talking to me, nobody doing anything. If David was still watching sheep, never went and fought Goliath, and never developed his leadership skills, when the opportunity came, it would have crushed him, and we wouldn't even be reading about him.
Even Moses, when he was waiting for his burning bush, was leading the sheep of the priest of Midian's sheep all around the wilderness.
Right.
And you think, well, what a waste of time for 40 years. And actually you come back to it, and then he had to lead the Israelites through the same exact place. So you find out that his 40 years of leading sheep through the wilderness was literally God growing him and training him for what he was. Because I remember you look at the story, 3 days into their journey into the wilderness, the Israelites are like, we're dying of thirst. And Moses was like, because he's like, I do this every day. This is my stomping grounds. I did this for 40 years. I'm not thirsty.
Right. I'm not thirsty. You're right. He was built up and ready.
He was prepared and ready.
He knew how to.
He knew the lay of the land. He knew how to get where he was going. He
knew the water places.
Because why? Because even in his waiting, he was being prepared.
And that's such a good word. You know what we used to do as teenagers is at a red light, we would put the flashers on, and then right when it went green, we put the flashers on. We'd get out, open the hood up.
Oh no!
And act like as soon as you watch the crosswalk, and as soon as you could tell, like there's 10 seconds left, close the hood, go in, it turns yellow, and we'd go through.
So, this is the foolishness of high schoolers.
Yeah, we did.
We
laughed. We thought that was so funny.
They had to wait for another light. The people behind you.
Oh my God, we're over. You want to pray over the day?
Yeah, Father God, I thank you, and Lord, for this message about going, and that, Lord, you're stirring up in us. You're stirring that pot of the fire, the embers that are in us, Lord. You're stirring us up for the moving, that we might begin to advance into the things that you have for us, that the light is green, that you are a God who turns our reds into greens. You're a God who the wall of hesitation gets broken apart by your strength. And so we thank you, Father, for this, and that we are ready. And those things right now that you're stirring up in us, that we're making a decision that not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Today we will start. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Watch this clip.
And we find that the devil puts up a big stop sign or a stoplight, right? They got to the Red Sea, yet God said, go green. It's time to go. Now is the time. How many people know that God will turn the red lights into green lights? Come on. He'll take the impossibilities that the devil thought were going to keep you and trap you and hold you back. But God will use those if we do it right. He'll use those red lights to turn green and also get glory for Him around the world as they see you and I doing things that are impossible. So I want to show you here in Exodus 14:15. They had just got out of Egypt, and they were going on their way. They hit the Red Sea, right? And the Lord said to Moses, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to go." To go. See, oftentimes we get that red light, and we stop, and we're upset, and we're mad, and why is this happening to us? And God's message to you is go. I've got it taken care of. I've gone up ahead of you. I've made some great ways for you. But what you and I need to do is stop settling for mediocrity. Stop settling for just enough. Well, I just got just enough in my life. You weren't meant for just enough. You were meant to thrive. You were meant to have an overflow. You were meant to have too much, so much that it spills out on everywhere you go. Right? You bump into somebody, you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my blessings got all over you." Right? It just... You are meant for that type of life.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And don't forget to subscribe, and then when you do, comment.
Oh, yeah.
Type in there.
We got to say that.
My name is Ted, and I'm from...
No, you don't have to say your name. You
Yeah.
say, no, because it brings up your name.
But sometimes the screen name is not their name.
If you want that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right.
Hey, this is Ted from...
I want everyone to say that. Everyone put in that this is Ted from somewhere. I want
It
50
just says from
Teds.
somewhere.
I want 50 Teds.
Dang it.
Give me 50 Teds for
Don't
Jason.
forget to like
Yes. Why would you like it?
and share.
You know how, but you know what? Liking is a lot
Bologna
of work.
sandwich. Bologna sandwich.
Like is a lot of work because you have to take your hand and you have to move the cursor. Oh yeah, there's a bologna sandwich.
Bologna sandwich.